Sitting on the floor reading a book, huh?
You know why, Simone? Cause I don't give a fuck!
Oh.
Speaking of fucks given, I'm actually gonna review this in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice, it's gonna be nice. But before I do that though, time for the intro! Yo, I'm Kevin, and welcome to The Hero Within, where we unlock the secrets of success and the power of human potential. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen, and to our new viewers, welcome, and to our subscribers, welcome back, and thank you. As you can clearly see, I'm rolling solo in this video, but don't you worry, my homie Simone will be back in the next video. What I want to share with you guys today are 5 dope lessons from The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. This book is one of my all-time favorites here. Alright, so who is Mark Manson, you might ask? Well, Mark Manson is a New York Times best-selling author, blogger, and internet entrepreneur. He has a website called markmanson.net, and I'm gonna paraphrase a quote from that explains, who he is. He writes big ideas and gives life advice that doesn't suck. Some people say he's an idiot. Others say that he saved their lives. And as for myself, I say that he is my unofficial therapist, babe. Love that name. Alright, so a little bit of background about Mark Manson. He managed to escape from corporate hell, first of all, working a career in finance that he absolutely dreaded, and he managed to build his business from the ground up. And now these days, besides writing kick-ass books and articles, Mark Manson goes on speaking tours around the country, doling out much-needed reality slaps to audiences in person. Alright, so if you're unfamiliar with the book, or with markmanson.net, both links are in the description below. Now, on to the main event, heroes. Here are the top 5 lessons from Mark Manson's The Subtle Art. Alright, so lesson number 1, don't try. I'm gonna quote the philosopher Albert Camus on this one. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. And I just think that's such a powerful, applicable quote to live by. I mean, a lot of people get caught up in the search for happiness, the pursuit of happiness, but again, don't try. Everything worthwhile in life is only won by surmounting the associated negative experience. Ignoring the negative only backfires. And I can apply this to my military experience. I actually made a pros and cons list of, before I joined the military. And overall, I want to say the pros won. And at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going in the military. And yeah, it was negative. I mean, boot camp wasn't my favorite experience. I'm surprised I graduated on time, to be real with you, but it paid the hell off. And that's the point. Don't try, just do. Lesson number 2 from this bad boy here is, not giving a fuck doesn't mean being indifferent. It means being comfortable with being different. In other words, don't let adversity get in the face of your goals. Don't care about pissing off some people in order for you to do what you feel is right. Something to keep in mind, you can't be an important and life-changing presence for some without being a joke and an embarrassment for others. Deal with it. And this is very applicable to me because, I'm a fledgling YouTuber and I hope to become of some importance in people's lives eventually. But, I gotta realize that with any kind of, public presence, there's gonna be ridicule. People are probably gonna try to clown me for my beard ponytail, my bald head, where's your hairline at, all that kind of shit. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm embracing it. That's the point. I'm comfortable with being different, not indifferent. Alright, lesson number 3. Choose your struggle. Instead of asking the common question, what do I want out of life? Ask yourself, what pain do I want out of life? What am I willing to struggle for? Because that's a greater indicator of how our lives are going to turn out. Alright, to paraphrase Mark Manson, people want to start their own business. But you don't become a successful entrepreneur without learning to appreciate the risks, the uncertainty, the repeated failures, the long hours devoted to something that may earn you absolutely nothing. And this is so true for me and Simone. I mean, we started this YouTube channel and we put in, mad hours. Simone writes scripts, takes forever to write the scripts. I do the post-production, the music production takes a long time, the transcript typing, all that shit is long hours and all our efforts may result in nothing. But, we're like, fuck it. We're going for it anyway because we believe in the channel, we believe in ourselves, and we believe that we're going to succeed and reach people out there. And let's talk about Mark for a second. So before he started being a superstar blogger, he fantasized about being a rock star. He would picture himself on stage rocking out, you know, the crowd cheering, all that shit, all that sexy fun stuff. But what he didn't want was the struggle to get there, you know, finding band members through, you know, auditioning and putting stuff out there, dragging equipment in a shitty van from venue to venue, posting up flyers, whatever the fuck you gotta do to really be a, you know, professional musician. He didn't want to do that. And so he realized that, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna find my meaning elsewhere. And he did, through writing. All right, lesson number 4, and this is very important to me: freedom through commitment. So psychologists have discovered something which they call the paradox of choice, and that's basically is the more options we're given, the less satisfied we are with what we have, and we all start thinking about all the things we could have missed out on, the fear of missing out. And oh my damn, that was me for most of my adult life, especially when it came to dating. Like, you know, I had Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, POF, any dating service you can think of, I had it. And while I had a few serious relationships, a lot of my relationships were just flings, or in some cases it just wasn't reciprocated, you know. And unfortunately, because of my mindset, I'll say, you know, about half a year ago, my actions of being afraid of commitment and everything cost me a potential relationship with someone that I held really dear, and I still regret that to this day. You know, she was, you know, I didn't deserve her, and I didn't appreciate her until it was too late. But that being said, now I'm in a committed relationship with someone else, and I'm gonna be the partner that she deserves because I'm no longer afraid of commitment, and that's where you gotta get to. All right, the last lesson, number 5, become comfortable with the inevitability of death. So Dr. Ernest Becker was dying of colon cancer, and he decided, you know what, I'm gonna write a book. So in 1974, he did just that, and the book was called The Denial of Death. And in this book, Dr. Becker talked about how basically, since humans are scared the fuck out of dying, they want to leave their legacy through what he terms immortality projects. And that's from anything from acting in movies to, you know, having your name on buildings to having your name on a book. That's how we leave our legacy, right? And so because of this, you know, wars and mass murder have been caused when basically one person's immortality project rubs up against another person's immortality project. That's how these things happen. So what Mark Manson says is this: once we accept the inevitability of death and become comfortable with it, we're then able to choose our values more freely. You know, that means values that are not related to war or mass murder. That means values that are wholesome for society. And that's very important to think about. All right, heroes, that's all we have for today. So if you're interested in checking out The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, my boy, and if you're interested in checking out his website, links are in the description below. You know, there were so many more lessons that I could have covered, but I wanted to condense them to 5. So which lessons did you find useful that we covered and that we didn't cover? Please, let's get that discussion going in the comments below. And finally, if you enjoy our content, be sure to like, comment, share, and Hulk smash that subscribe button. You already know what it is, man. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll know when new content is coming out. And until next time, continue to gain knowledge, take action, be unstoppable. Yeah, Simone in the background. And choose your fucks wisely. Till next time.